Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and this is Yamgala's tutorial, C++ tutorial. Yeah, in this tutorial, which is the tutorial I think, uh, we'll talk about the switch selection statement. A switch selection statement, a switch selection statement. A switch selection statement performs one of many different actions depending on the value of an integer expression. If the selection statement is single selection statement because the if selection statement is a single selection statement because what can I say, because it selects or ignores a single action. That's an if statement, but this one is more powerful than the if statement because this one it performs many of different actions other than the if statement. So this one is more powerful than the if statement, although they are all the what do you call it, the selection statements in C++. As I say, explained that we have if and if else statement, a selection statement, and then we also call this switch selection statement. Now let me explain this switch selection statement. How does it work? Now this part here, uh in this first this line here, we're prompting the user to choose an average interval from the options that are given below. From the options that are given below, you can see the options that are given below. Now, the user must choose between those options, which is option number one, option number two, option number three. Now, here in this line, we got option number one, which is 90 to 100. Then we have this character, those two characters. There's not backward slash and the n. This one they indicate a new line. Now, what will happen after this 100? Is this character which commands the program to make a new line. Now, before this one is printed, now it will be printed on the next line because of this new line character. Then again, the same thing happens here. Option number two will be printed on the new line because of this new line character. This does the same thing as the end line. This one ends the current line, and this one makes a new line. And then the option that the user is gonna choose between those three, it will be stored in this variable that we declared as an integer. Then because it will hold an integer value, because this is option 1, 2, 3, so this is an integer values. So this variable will store the integer variable, integer and I say sorry, the integer number. Then we go on the switch statement. Now we determine which choice was chosen by the user. Now if the user chooses one, now in this process here, we actually determining which choice was chosen by the user. This is the structure of the switch selection statement. This is the structure of the switch statement. It begins with the switch, then the it begins with the switch and an integer expression, or this but that's not this variable that we're testing or we checking or determining. It's a switch, and then the variable that we are checking, at which what that if f is equivalent to 1, 2, or 3. Now we come into the body of the switch statement. Case one, in case the user this is a case whereby the user enters 1. Now, if the user chooses 1, which is 90 to 100, then this statement should be printed. Your grade is A, which that means the user is passed with the symbol A. As you know, this is 90 to 100. It should be printed. Then the current line must be ended. Then this break is very important because it exits the switch statement. If you don't put this break, then this line will be executed again. But you don't want that. That's why you must put the break statement. There's this break here. Then if the user chooses option 2, which is number 2, case 2, then your average, it should be printed, this line text should be printed, which is your average grade is B. That means the user has passed with the symbol B. Now, then break out of exit the switch statement. This break is to exit the switch statement. Then we go, if the user chooses 3, then this text should be printed that the user has passed with the symbol C. Now, then end line, then break out of the switch statement. Now, if the user chooses anything besides those 3 options, which is 1, 2, or 3, then a default statement should be printed. Because if you don't put a default statement, what will happen? If the user chooses any number besides 1, 2, or 3, what will happen? The program won't say anything, it will just crash. But you don't want the program to crash. That's why you must have a default statement, which is if the user enters anything besides this one, besides number 1, 2, or 3, then the program should tell the user that you entered an invalid choice. End the line and break. But this break for a default statement is optional because the program, it will exit anyway, because this is the last statement, because you can see it's the last statement, so it will break as a default statement, then it returns the 0. Then let's compile the program and see. Then we run our program. First step, it should tell us choose an average. Then we choose from, these are the options we had. This is option number 1, which is 90 to 100. Then a new line, you can see number 2 is printed on a new line. Otherwise, if you never put this one, it will print it here. Then let's choose our program, our choice number 2 maybe. Then your grade is B, which is case 2, because we chose option 2. Now the choice is equal to 2. Then it comes to this statement. The program ignores this line and executes the statement. Then after this statement, it breaks out of the switch statement and returns 0, and it returns the 0. Returns the 0. Then the program executed successfully. If you choose anything besides those 2 numbers, let's say maybe you choose 4, there's no 4 from the options, from these options, then rather then you choose 4, then let's enter, press enter, and it's an invalid choice. That's a default statement. Yes. Then maybe, okay, maybe you decide to press mistakenly press a letter, then it gives you an invalid choice. Then I think that's it for the switch statement. Please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell. If you have any answer question, please comment on the section. Leave a comment on the section, in the comment section. Then I think see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Yeah, see you in the next tutorial. That's it for the switch statement. Thank you.